Hello and welcome. I am El Dimitrius and this will be my take on the one tile challenge for City Skylines. My challenge will be to create a beautiful and functional city with the use of some mods but only use vanilla assets. For this challenge I have chosen the map Small Island by Sade. It's an amazing looking map and it has all I wanted to create this build. You can find a link to this map in the description below. I recommend you checking it out if you want to do a one tile challenge as well. Also, you can find a list of all the mods I've used for this in the description below. I'll put a link to the Skype export so you can download all the mods if you would like. During this video I will make an announcement, so stay tuned for that. So before we start building on this map, I want to make some adjustments to it. I want to go for a more tropical feeling for this one, so I'm using Bob to change some of the trees on this map. I replaced all the pine trees for palm trees. After that, I'm terraforming the map a bit. Make some small islands here and there, just enough to spice it up a bit. I've made a nice selection of trees for the tree brush. I'm using it to create some more dense areas here and there. And it's something for later to see if it stays that way. While doing terraforming on the map, I got the idea to create a small lake on the island. This lake will be a tribute to the great lost city of Sanac Lake. I thought it was a fun way to honor the build that many of you followed for a while. If you missed it, you can find the link to the playlist in the description. Terrain work is done, so now it's time to place some roads. I don't have a real plan on how this road layout should look, so I will just go with the flow on this one. The only thing I do know is that I want to start with an avenue from this outside connection that came with the map that will go straight into the downtown area. I'm using the roads with trees so I can add palm trees to them. That will keep the tropical vibe going in our downtown area. For this part of the island, I want an older vibe, so that's why I'm placing these truss bridges. I love the aesthetics of them and they fit great in the theme. And now back to the roads for the downtown. I want them to have a sort of grid, but not too much. At this point I'm not sure what I will be building on this small area, but I want a different type of road here, so the area gets an entrance with more significance. This area I will know what it's going to be. This will be the industrial area for the island. It will be far enough from all the residential areas, so it should be a perfect location. It's also close to the water, so in the future I can place a small cargo harbor if needed. And this should be the base for the roads that I can work from. I guess in the future there will be some small changes if needed, but it's a great layout to start from. This small area can use a bit more attention. I will use the terrain tool to lower the terrain so the water can flow through here. And I will use the bridge from the railroad to cross over. I think it fits great in this area. And maybe this area will be part of the older part of the island. Time to start plopping the buildings on the main road. First I want to place all the buildings I think I want to use here, then I will be shifting them around for a more dynamic look. I'm going to mix different types of residential, commercial and offices here. Enjoy this small time lapse of that process. This was the first part of the start of the downtown. I like the overall look. I will do all the detailing later on so I can focus on expanding the downtown a bit more. Now I want to start with detailing some of the stuff that I have built. And let's start off with this park so the people in there have a great area to go to. Though I said that I'm using vanilla assets only, I do like to use Bob to make some of these vanilla assets look just a bit better. You can do that in this case by selecting the trees of the asset on the left side and then choose the kind of tree you would like to replace it with on the right side and click the green check icon. Simple as that, and the asset looks way better. I have used the copper ball in a previous build and I love the look of this asset. I want to place it here as well and give it a prominent location in the city so you can see it from almost every angle. I love to use this airport apron from one of the latest updates. You can use it really well to slap some concrete in some areas of your build. And for me, it works great in this downtown area. Later on, I want to add public transport to this build. I will work a bit ahead of that and place some bus lanes in advance. I think that this sports venue will be a tourist magnet, so it can use some good transport connections. That's why I will use these bus-only routes so I can add bus stops on them when I am setting up the bus routes. And now that we are working on this area, let's use TMPE to improve some of these crossings as well. On this side of the road, I want to place some commercial buildings that look like bars, cafes, restaurants and stuff. It gives me the idea that people can enjoy some food and drinks before or after a match. The city doesn't have a park, so let's add one over here. And make it a bit special. Why not? We do have this high school area that needs a touch up to make it look good. And let's give these students some places to do some activities. add some stuff around the copper bowl that seems logic to find around such a stadium. Training fields, restaurants, offices, just enough to give it some realism. Let's start with our first low density area. This seems like a good place to work with the mid-century modern content creator pack. I think these buildings work great for this build. And let's do this area as well.
I've got rhythm in my soul. 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 Let your body move. Let your body
it's time for industry. Like I said while planning the roads, this area will be used as the industrial area for the island. I'm going to add buildings just for looks and see how it turns out. I'm adding one office building here. I like to think that that would be the main building for the area. I will give the island one unique factory, and I'm going for the bakery. Not a lot of products needed, so I will add a small farm on the island later on that should provide the products we need for this factory. I will add the cargo harbor right away. I don't think I will be able to satisfy all the people's needs for the goods right away, so why not import them for the time being? Earlier this build, I have placed some of the city services like a water treatment plant and a power station to get the city going. Now that we are working on the industrial area, let's move these buildings to this area, because I do think it would fit way better over here. Now that we have an area that looks good, let's do some detailing to it. do need the special products for our unique factory, and the farm area provides the products we need. So let's make a small farm area that would look great on this island. We have all the products in production we need: crops, animal products and flour. Should be good enough to get our bakery going. We still have a high residential demand, so I think that I should create a small area for the farm workers. And this area between the bridge and farm area would do great. I'm using the European suburb airsets for that. Nothing too big or fancy, but it has a great look that will look amazing here. What is a sunny tropical island without a fun little tourist area? And I have a great idea for this island. With the bridge I gave it some sort of grand entrance. I will use the mountain lodge as sort of the main building for the tourist area. I'm using the freeform tool to make nice curved roads. And now that the roads are in place, I'm using the rental cabins to spread over the island. The rental cabins and the mountain lodge both come from the Hotels and Retreats mini expansion pack. They both give the overall look I'm going for. All the cabins are in place, so now let's look at some of the stuff we can add to the area so we can boost up the attractiveness. I think that using a lot of different assets and props from a variety of parks and outdoor stuff will help with that. The assets from the hotel and retreats work better when they have specific type of buildings around them. So that's why I'm placing some offices and commercial buildings in the area. That will improve attractiveness, which means more and better paying tourists. I also like to think that people have a place to go shopping while they're on their holiday. Next up, creating the OldTown area of the island. Here I will be placing some of the older looking buildings with a grandeur feeling. I will start off with the university. I am using Bob to replace the vanilla trees. Then add some statues to it so it has more significance, and use some tiles to give it a feeling of an older European city. What's a city without a town hall? And this looks like a great place for it. And to be honest, this was quite the area to work on, so I'll show you all the highlights of building this area in a time lapse. With most of the prominent buildings in place, time to fill in the gaps and work on the detailing. Most of you that follow my channel and building style for a bit longer know that I can be all over the place. While working on the area, I got the bright idea to introduce trams to the area, so let's make it work. I'm placing two tram lines in the area, clockwise and counterclockwise. And with the two tram lines working, back to completing the area. Because of the residential demand, I'm going to convert this building from a tourist attraction to a residential building. And I'm using Rico Revisited for that. Adding some seaside resorts here. It's close to the cruise bus harbor and of course close to the sea. After these cinematics, time to go over the city and fill up some of the spots here and there. Make it more complete. I think an island like this needs some fishing industry, and this area will do fine for that. So let's make it. I'm placing the fishing routes through the river. I'd love to see some activity over there. Let's add more industry buildings over here. I think it would make the area feel more alive. I'm adding a quay wall here because of the height difference. On this side of the road, I want to make a small area for the working force. Just some small 1x1 houses. In the beginning of this video, I said I want to make this a functional city. So before we go into the end cinematics, please wait for that, I'll show you some of the stats of the city. First off, power and water. As you can see, it's all fine. Garbage is being processed as it should be. We have 2 recycling centers for the entire island, and that's quite enough, as you can see. It's important for a functional city to think about good education. And we have all the education we need for our citizens. Elementary is just okay, while our high school and university are doing great. Now let's look at the overall happiness of our citizens. Maybe the office average is a bit low, but overall I'm happy with this. Yes, pun intended. Let's look at our healthcare. As you can see, all the people are quite healthy here. It's a very healthy life on the island of Senak Bay. Fire coverage is not 100%, but with all those trees on the island, it's hard to have 100% coverage. Luckily the police are doing their jobs right. Almost no crime here on the island. For transportation, the city has 2 tram lines and 3 bus lines. Perhaps it's not the best, but as you can see later in cinematics, the citizens really like to walk in this city. And now let's look at the population. We do have a high unemployment rate, but we also have a high need for citizens on the island. I think it's because of the realistic population mod that I've used. It's something that we can improve for sure. And now for the final statistic, land value. As you can see, the city has a lot of high value areas. But the overall land value isn't that high, so that means all kinds of people can afford to live here. And with that, we are getting close to the end of this video. But not before I can tell you that all the tips and ideas that you will comment on this video will be looked at in an upcoming live stream. Yes, you heard that right, my first ever live stream. I have to set a time and date, but it's coming for sure, so keep an eye on the channel for updates. For now, I would like to thank all of you for watching this video. It was quite the video to create and I've learned a lot during this process. If you liked it, please hit that like button and share the video as much as you can. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider to do so to see more of my content in the future. And I leave you with some cinematics of the city and I hope to see you soon on the live stream.